This is Neo Planet S, spawning in the bottom in the left-hand position as the Orange Terran from Take-Bang Song. It is Lee Young-ho, Flash.
And he was yawning a little bit there. Seems like he's really tired. His opponent from CJ Stars, his name is Zero. Spawning as the Blue Zerg.
Yes, he is. So yeah, we're going to have to see how well Flash can play under about 3 hours of sleep, because that's all it looks like he got, man. Yawning in the booth. When he was playing against Jadong, he played great, but I think he was, just looking at his face, he's certainly looking a bit tired there.
Both the players look really tired right now, just looking at the camera, actually.
Yeah, I guess they went out and partied late last night after their victories.
Maybe, just maybe. I mean, Hoja did win the game, so they were in a great mood after the game. I mean, they were just gathering up on the computer, trying to have some friendly chatter before all the games finished, and just went home together.
Yeah, I guess so. So right now, Flash, it looks like he's going to be going for a command center first build, unless he wants to get his barracks up pretty fast here. Yeah, he has 3 SCVs in production, so we will see the command center first build from Flash. And it looks like Zero will be doing a economic build as well. He'll probably be getting the hatch first as well.
Yeah, this is something that Flash really loves to do. He just tries to cut so many corners, expecting his opponent to play greedy also. Terran players, they don't try to go for the 15cc as much in some of the other matchups because they know it could be risky. In TvZ, it's more viable, unless the Zerg player goes for some kind of early pull play, but we don't see it as much in Pro League. So Flash, he always gets away with the 15cc unless his opponent decides to cheese and snipe him.
The funny thing is, almost any time that a player decides that they want to cheese Flash, he'll have some preconceived notion about it and just go for a bit of a safer build, and it's really hard to catch him off guard.
Yeah, that's why some of the Korean fans out there, they say, is Flash map hacking all this time? Because basically when Flash goes for the 15cc, his opponent plays also greedy, so it doesn't matter. When Flash decides to, wall off or play a little bit safe, his opponent always decides to cheese.
Alright, so we have a scouting SCV moving across the map here. Gonna go check out Zero's base, and Zero, he already has his gas up right now. Flash as well, grabbing that gas. So it looks like he's gonna be moving into the factory tech pretty soon here. I would love to see maybe a Reaper or two early on just to do a little bit of scouting and harassment, and maybe some Widow Mines after that.
Well, his natural command center just finishing up, and one thing that I want to point out is that these players are taking the game a little more seriously than the other players, because we are not sitting any chat between them. I mean, yes, these players, sometimes they try to have some fun while playing the matches. If we saw some of the previous matches, the players were chatting with each other constantly.
Oh yeah.
This game is clean. Yesterday,
the players were just chatting it up the entire time. The builds got, pretty ridiculous towards the end. So I have to say,
you mean Flash's TvZ build?
That was only the beginning, man. And then we had a proxy Stargate and Mothership, Fleet Beacon from, I believe it was Terminator against Light, and he went for like a Tempest or two. And then Light countered that by just pulling all his SCVs and trying to go all in against Terminator, which it didn't end up working out.
We could say that yesterday's matches weren't at the highest level, but it was certainly entertaining.
There's some entertaining matches, and there are some WTF moments, I want to say, man.
Oh, man. Even the fans were like, I don't understand what they're doing. Do you know what they're doing? And all the fangirls were like, no, we don't. Nobody understood what was going on, but certainly they were having so much fun. And here we go, Flash going for the third command center. I'm not surprised at all at this point.
I think no one's surprised at this point. I bet Zero in the back of his head, he's like, all right, I'm looking at the in-game clock. Flash just took his third base, so I'm going to do the same thing.
Well, that's the reason why Flash could be so scary, because you could say that 80% of the time he goes for the third command center. But this might be the 20% of the time where Flash doesn't go for the third command center, and that's why Zero always has to scout his opponent, always has to be on his toes to make sure that Flash is not going for something cheesy or something that he is not expecting.
Exactly. You don't want to pretty much, not know what your opponent's up to and then just die to some type of silly little timing attack or cheese. But as we can clearly see here, this is a very economic game from both players here. Zero going for a very fast third, and Flash, of course, getting his patented third CC as well. Also have Stim on the way, double Engineering Bays as well. So it looks like Flash is doing a build we've seen from him before where, you know, gets map control with the Hellions, and then starts upgrading his Marines, and later on he will get some Widow Mines to add into his Bioforce. And look at that, we already have the Widow Mines on the way.
Yeah, this is pretty much the most popular build, I have to say, in TvZ these days. All the TvZs that I've seen so far is basically Bio plus the Widow Mines, and basically the Widow Mines replace the Siege tanks.
Yeah, I have noticed that, and I have to say, from a spectator viewpoint, it's more exciting to see the Widow Mines. It's so fun to see, like, you know, the Zerglings try to scramble around, try to use the Widow Mines against the Terran, similar to Spider Mines in Brood War.
Yes, the only difference is that Widow Mine, you have to make the Widow Mines instead of the Vultures planting the Spider Mines, but you also have the huge cooldown where, yes, Widow Mines can deal huge damage against the Zerglings, but you need to wait a few seconds. But it seems like Zero trying to check if there was a Widow Mine, and he does see it.
He knows.
So yeah, he knows about it, so he's not going to pressure with the Zerglings, and he knows what Flash is going for.
And we do have a Baneling Nest on the way for Zero as well, getting that layer up. His 1-1 upgrades are well on their way here, so really both players just hard heavy macroing here.
Well, Zero finally scouting the third base, so he knows that now he has a confirmation that Flash has a third base and up. And Zero, he might be going for some, you know, muta play, but he's making 24 Zerglings right now with the +1/+1 attack and carapace. So it seems like he wants some heavy upgrades on the Zergling and try to use that to defend against the Marines and the Widow Mines.
Yeah, look at that though. We have 42 Zerglings on the way now. It looks like Zero is really going to commit to this attack here. Now the real question is he going to wait for the Baneling speed upgrade or not before this attack? I think it would be a good idea to wait for it, but wow, that is a lot of Zerglings, a lot of Banelings as well. Holy crap, 31 Banelings in production right now. Zero is really taking this seriously and wants to just completely deny Flash's ability to take a third base.
Yeah, and if you look at the position of the Widow Mines, it's actually at the natural, but I don't think there's that much at the third base, which means that if Flash doesn't see this coming, Zero is waiting for the speed to finish to make sure that he could take out the command center before Flash can react to the Zerglings and the Banelings. So at the very minimum, unless the Hellions, you know, get all the kills on the Banelings, he's going to have to force a lift on the third command center.
So it looks like Zero's just about ready for the attack here. The Baneling speed had just completed, and now the Banelings are going to be rolling in here. The Hellions a little bit out of position. Widow Mines burrowing there. Flash definitely scared of this. Widow Mines, oh, they're doing so much damage to Flash's units. Banelings crashing into everything here.
You know what was really perfect about the attack? The Zerglings actually led the way, and the Widow Mines only hit one single Zergling at a time. Look at the Banelings though. It's just exploding on every single SCV that's out at the natural. Those few SCVs are so alive and well, but Zero with more Zerglings going towards third base, and with the extra Banelings in the natural, he pretty much killed. Well, it didn't kill as much as I thought.
Oh, I think that halfway through that attack, I love the initiation there. It was so smart for Zero to move in with the Zerglings and then kind of do a nice surround. To hold that thought, we have another skirmish here, and there's a few medevacs. The Widow Mines here are going to force these units back, but it looks like Zero, he wants to go straight to the mineral line of the third base there, but Flash, great micro. He's able to snipe a lot of those Banelings there, and only loses like one more SCV, I think.
So here's the question. Does Zero have a second attack? I mean, he has the Zerglings coming out, he has the Banelings, but if you just stop here, then Zero's going to be far behind because Flash, he has 3 orbital commands. He could use the mills to saturate easily, and it's like Zero didn't do anything at all.
Uh-oh, we have another Widow Mine attack moving in here, and it does kill a lot of the Zerglings there, and wow, Flash with some amazing split control. It looks like he's just been able to hold on long enough and really defend against this attack. And now his 2-2 is about to complete here, while Zero, he's just getting a Spire right now. He's still making Zerglings and Banelings, but now they're going to be used more for defense than offense.
Yeah, this is going to be really terrible. I mean, he has the Zerglings, he has the Banelings, but once the boosters come out, how is he going to defend against all the drops around the map? The speed Zerglings are not enough. You need some units such as Mutas or even Infestors with the Fungals to deny the medevacs from moving around the map, and this is just looking grim for Zero.
Looks like Zero, he wants to try to keep Flash on the defensive here. He's moving out with his units, but I think Zero, he can try to do a counterattack, but he has to worry about the Widow Mines. They're so good at defending here. I think Zero may have to just simply move in and defend, but no, he's going to go for a big attack here.
Uh-oh, the second Widow Mine can get a huge flash on the Zerglings right there, and all the Banelings get toasted by one single Widow Mine. There's extra Banelings coming from the back, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Zero. Now, he is doing an amazing job with this counterattack. What this allows him to do is allow him to basically finish up the Spire and get some Mutas out for defense.
And so Zero was able to buy just enough time there to hold on for now, but look at this. We have Flash's 2-2 completed. He is getting 3-3 now. Zero also sitting on similar upgrades. Flash clearing off a little bit of creep here. Looks like he wants to go for an attack, but I still don't see any Mutas out from our Zerg player here. That's a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, and Zero's still sitting on 3 bases. He knew that where the Widow Mine was, and he didn't want to risk everything. Now, we do have an attack at the 12 o'clock position, and does Zero have enough units? He has 8 units coming out on the way with 22 Zerglings, but there's nothing at the 12 o'clock to defend against it. In the meanwhile, Flash also attacking from the 6 o'clock position. Now the Marines are trapped at the end, but lifts up into the medevac, and all Flash has to do is drop inside the main base.
Yes, Flash boosting out of there, and at the same time, there is going to be an attack on the natural here. Widow Mines burrowing in the front, but it looks like there's a good amount of Banelings, and they're able to kill off a lot of these Marines here. The Mutas have now joined the fight, and it looks like Flash's attack will be repelled.
Well, the Flash's main attack at 12 o'clock will be repelled, and Flash running away with the medevacs, but it's not going to be enough with the Mutas chasing his end. But however, Zero seems like he only has 6 Mutas, which is not going to be enough against a handful of medevacs and the Marines, and his drones are all getting wiped out at the 12 o'clock position. So what is Zero going to do?
Zero at this point, you know, he has to try to hold on for a little bit longer. He needs to kill off some of these medevacs here, otherwise these Marines will just never die. And look at that, there are no Banelings here. The Banelings do connect though, that reinforce, but it's just not enough. GG.
Both players trying to take the match seriously, and Flash was not happy about the Zergling failing in the beginning of the game. Zero, he did have a really nice timing window. He did go for a nice attack, but he didn't have the second plan, basically the backup plan after the initial attack.
Yeah, Zero was really banking on that humongous Zergling Baneling attack to do a lot of damage to his opponent. Unfortunately, Flash, this guy has just godly micro, and